reached out to them. The agreement that was put in place in December was sent from them to the PUC. That 30-day review that they're allotted is supposed to be ending. As soon as that does, they're supposed to send a check for the amount to the township. I would expect that the next month. And at that point, I think it's finalized.
Okay, bridge inspection report update.
Is this speaking specifically to Thousand Oaks? So, basically on that, there was a 6-month priority set on, an issue on Thousand Oaks. I'm reaching out to the inspector of the bridge to find out whether or not Public Works would be permitted to go in there, expose it, determine if it was a repair to make. And as long as it's not a structural repair, I think there's probably no reason that they shouldn't go in and get rid of this priority item. Because after 6 months, I'm not sure what the action is that they take, but they will do something to enforce that. So once I hear from them, if Public Works can proceed with that, that's the route we're going. If not, then we'll have to report back and see how we can handle it from there.
Okay, Morgantown sign installation update. Anything?
No.
Zoning hearing board application for March 10th, 2022.
Okay, so I don't know if Eric and Scott are familiar, this is a new submission, so March 10th, there will be a zoning hearing taking place in here. And it's basically just an addition on a piece of property. The notice went out, should be posted right at the site. So I gave you all a copy of the application on the computer. And I'm trying to read this here, I think it's on Swamp Road.
Yeah. 413.
Yeah.
So what are they asking?
It's an addition to the existing garage, and then they want to add a horse barn. So it's a variance.
Is that the one that cleared? 418's the one that cleared.
I wasn't paying attention. What street?
He's saying 415 Swamp.
413.
413.
413 Swamp.
That's where they cleared, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's getting real close. And he's
We need to find out if Terry went and looked at that, because we spent a lot of money getting Eric to come up with a timber ordinance, and we have 2 properties up there that I brought to Terry's attention, and he's done nothing with. Is that not true? What was the other address, the one down further? And I'm gonna say they cleared about 6-8 acres of trees, completely leveled them, and there was no permit done.
He's cleared that lot, yes.
At this one, 413 Swamp.
I'm pretty
Is
sure
that
that's
the one
that
on the
address.
right-hand side heading towards,
He's got some
Zerby?
mulch bins or something there.
Yeah.
Is that the same property with the White House that's been there forever?
No,
The one before?
it's before, it's the
Okay.
new house, and it's clear next to it. That's where the.
Alright, so we need to contact Terry and ask him if he checked on that.
I mean, I don't wanna be a pain in the neck here, but I brought that up several times at meetings, and why does it seem like he ignores it?
Okay, any other questions? We'll send Terry a notice tomorrow, or call him and ask him if he got up there to look at that timber and see if there was a permit or what they're doing. Okay, everyone good with that?
I guess, 'cause you say it's okay, but I guess when I say it, it doesn't matter.
She was looking at her computer, she looked at me twice, and I told her.
Can't win.
Okay, township reports, administrators report, fire alarm system codes.
Okay, write my notes here, I'm sorry. Okay. I got 2 quotes, one is Keystone Fire. They can do, well, they say we only need 1 annual inspection. The fire alarms or smoke detectors here have never been inspected. So Keystone came in with the best quote, $1,123, so it's gonna include 1 inspection per year, and they are willing to monitor the system. Right now, you're paying $250 a year. For this company, it's gonna be $739 to monitor it. So, the other
$739 a year to monitor it. You're paying the other company what?
$250.
A year.
Yes, but the issue is the board had a problem with the last time the smoke detector was disassembled in there, the monitoring company didn't inform anyone.
They didn't catch
They
it.
should have. They should have
Okay,
called.
so we have a reason to be looking.
So the other quote, so there's a full agreement here, so if you're okay with me providing it the full agreement the next time, you can verify it. The other quote was 2,000 and something, and that they would not be able to monitor the system. They recommended we just stay with Aztec, who we use. And they wanted to inspect twice a year, so their charge at 2,000.
Well, they're,
It was 2,000 something, and it was just, here it is.
yeah, so they're
First
higher.
year, actually, first year is 3,230.
Yeah,
And it goes up each year. And again, that's for 2
two
inspections.
inspections. Well, I'd rather have the one inspection and have them monitor it, because then they'll know if something goes wrong, because they're monitoring the system. So basically, we're getting inspections as they monitor it. They'll know when something goes wrong, because it'll show down on their system.
Yeah. Well, from what I understand, Keystone has the connection to plug into our alarm system. This other company apparently does not.
I mean, I say we forward the Keystone one to Eric to review,
I'm agreeing.
and then we'll move forward next time.
Yep.
All right. Got it.
Okay, elected auditors draft meeting minutes.
Yeah, that's just a standard each year.
Okay,
We just,
we don't need to approve that, okay. Carnival update, tons of fun contract for Board of Supervisors review.
We already approved the contract. We met last week for the first time to get things in motion. Businesses are gonna start seeing emails from us about donations. We're also gonna be reaching out to our nonprofits to see if they're interested. We're gonna be reaching out to food vendors, entertainers and stuff to start obtaining contracts. So, that's where we're at.
And we have tons of fun contract on file?
no, I haven't received it yet.
Okay. Copy news, so we'll keep it on file.
What was the dates on that again? Somebody asked me and I forgot.
14th through 18th.
14th and 18th.
That's what I thought, but I was guessing that, but I didn't wanna.
14th through the 18th,
Okay.
and that is the night of our regular meeting, so we might want to talk about changing that date.
Anything else?
Carnival?
No, I'm good.
Maintenance department, monthly report,
I guessed that.
We have the monthly report.
Somebody asked me to-
2022 GM truck delivery update.
Alright, so I got word today that that's been shipped, built and shipped. Now I wanna follow that up with the 2020 Chevy is at Elmore needing $3,000 for the fuel injector pump repair, which I declined when they tore it apart. Cause I wanted you guys to decide where you wanted to go with a 20-year-old pickup truck. Cause I don't think you're gonna get that. The new one is coming. So the only thing you're out is that truck for plowing, and at this point,
So
Yeah.
if they don't change the injectors,
it's the pump. They're saying it's the
The
pump.
pump.
Yeah, the injector pump.
so
I'm gonna advise
it's
you not.
useless then if we don't? I mean,
The truck running is gonna garnish maybe $3,000 on municipal bid. I can't see putting a $3,000 repair in it.
So if the new pickup truck's coming, did you follow up on anything prices wise?
He hasn't, I did, and what I got was I'm in the office later this week. I'm on the other end of the county or the other end of the state.
The only thing I suggested to Keith was, they gave us that truck and it was the wrong thing, it's not what we ordered. So we got our decals put on it, our logos. He's been driving that thing while they bring the other one in. I'm wondering what kind of deal they give us on the truck that he's running around on. So, waiting to hear.
I asked those very similar questions, keeping them when we got purchase price on something new. And I got the responses, I'll get back to you at the end of the week. I just, The other one's still at Elmore, I was waiting for till tonight. Does anybody here know? Feel it's-
If you don't think we should put any money in it.
If you were gonna unload, or
We've had it for 20 years, I mean, that thing doesn't know what's a dime, but
there is interest in it, so I guess between now and the next workshop meeting, I guess we'll decide whether we're gonna put on municipal bid,
as is,
where
is
is.
it back together that you can bring?
They put it back together that we can get it back to the shop. It ran up there, I hope it runs back. Oh,
I mean, I'm okay with you putting on municipal bid for whatever you think, I mean, you wanna research
well,
what they're going for, I mean, what, in the shape it's
with
in.
a truck that's not running and not drivable at this point, it's just gonna be best offer. There is interest in it, I've had several mechanics call, there's been some other people kicking around, if they have interest in it.
Get some offers, bring it back to us, and make a decision. What do you guys think?
We got two options, it's sealed bid or municipal bid. Municipal bid takes all that paperwork and hassle off of you.
Okay, Morgantown Road, Shiloh guardrail improvement recommendation. I recommend they put it back up. My God, it's been there forever.
Chief Stoll recommended that I reached out to LTAP to see whether there was any advanced warning signs or whether there was any improvements that could be made to try to make the thing more noticeable.
Isn't that state?
This guardrail state, the intersection, the
I
Shiloh
mean,
Road
like
is
painted
ours.
red around the whole circle there.
There really isn't a lot for us, I don't
They're
really,
either gonna make it around or they're
Right,
not.
they're not.
Why don't you just take the guardrail down, let them fall in a hole?
no,
And then until they pile up, we'll just put road
Well,
there and make it wider.
that's something
There you
simple as we could call up to Bridgeview, that's what it is, right?
Some
Yes.
is, some's going to Zerby's, some are.
But I'm saying maybe just send to Bridgeview and say, can you like, let your truck traffic know that they gotta go 10 north and take Chestnut Hill in instead of going down Shiloh?
We've also had a couple people that thought they were getting on the turnpike by turning there.
there's GPS.
Multitude.
GPS falls into this. One of the guys told the fire chief that he was trying to make that right, to go to Harts Road, to make a right, to get back to the turnpike, because he went past. And he's not gonna make any of those corners, starting with the first.
Well, remember the GPS was taking them down Quarry Road too,
Mhm.
and I mean, we checked into that and tried to call, Garmin and all that stuff to see if they could change that.
The bottom line is the guardrail is the property of PennDOT and they're gonna pay to fix it. The only option I saw from Patrick Wright from LTAP would be to change the white line painting up there and put some soft tip markers up there. It's obvious you can't make this corner, not I think it can, I got posts coming out and going back on the white line, and you can't, but that's gonna make it tough even for cars, or the guy with a small trailer.
I was gonna say, what about posting it no right turn for trucks?
Well, that's gonna take an engineering survey and that sort of thing. So, did you conclude his whole report for them?
I thought I sent the whole thing, I only see the one page here. I think I can send it back out.
If you're interested in taking some action, I can send the report to, I thought when I sent it up, I don't know if I sent it to you, I was thinking of
Say
saying.
it's only one page here, but there is potential that we could restrict it for trucks,
I thought that road does say no trucks.
Not Shiloh.
not shallow.
You sure? I thought there's a sign down, when you turn on Shiloh, right down there on the right, there's a sign that says no trucks.
On
No,
parts.
it says no tow truck.
They would, so.
There's no trucks for the, but for parts.
Chestnut Hill Road then, yeah.
It's
I
not,
went to Allen's the other day, Lou.
it's not a matter of wanting them or trying to keep them from the road, it's a matter of them damaging the.
Making the turn properly.
Yeah.
Well, and they can't, I mean, I've made that with a truck, pickup truck and trailer, I went, oh, wow. I mean, you just can't, you run out of real estate in a hurry there.
PennDOT, we've reported, we've been waiting for PennDOT to come back out to fix it, they haven't come out
Yeah,
yet.
because it keeps getting
But
drugged.
we'll resend out to the whole board, the whole package. There is a way to restrict turns for trucks if we wanna jump through that hoop.
Okay. All right, Morgantown Interchange, Toll Plaza, and Route 10 stop sign recommendations.
Basically, I was at a meeting last, 2 weeks ago, and was able to meet, I saw a representative from the Turnpike Commission. As everybody knows, we keep getting complaints, we've had some accidents with the off-ramp of the Turnpike on the 10 North. Just happened to have a conversation with a gentleman. He told me to email him, he sent him an email, and next thing you know, about an hour plus later, I got an email back, copy, where he sent an email to somebody out of Bowmansville to update the stop signs and put stop ahead signs coming off of that ramp. So hopefully this will help some of our problems coming off that ramp.
No,
So, Joe, can you get that picture for that number 2?
What is it?
The picture for number 2 hidden court?
Oh,
2 hidden court detention ponds.
Keith notified me, yes, 2 days ago, whatever day it was. Anyway, Hidden Court's the gentleman there in Hidden Farms, right off of 82, the one that hasn't been maintained is the basin. We've asked him numerous times to work on the outflow structure, hasn't done that. That's the one where we got the complaint where the basin was overflowing and then flooding out the guy on the other side of the street there over at 82, wasn't that the guy?
Yeah, that's.
So this right here shows that he has not maintained the outflow structure, and you can clearly see there's, well, you can't really, but down at the other end, there's a little square there, all the way upper left-hand corner, that would be the outflow structure, correct?
Yeah.
So the water is all the way up to the top of there, and it's not supposed to be up to the top of there.
So basically, the police being,
Yeah.
Well, that's full, and this is your discharge coming in from the street, and that pipe is 3/4 full back up the street.
That lot as well as the other one up the road that has a stormwater pond, and they got a letter in 2020 stating we needed to do this, and it led to conversations with them about maintaining and what work needed to be done. But that included all the stormwater regulations and there had been notices.
The property owner did have somebody, a contractor mow this late last year, but it's still there.
I understand that, I mean, we've been on this case pretty good, I think we need to send them a letter with these pictures and explain to them that this is what can't happen. I mean, it's as simple as going out there maybe before a rain event and to make sure the hole's not clogged up. I mean, and that's, because it's frozen now, he's not gonna be able to do anything. And it sucks that he bought a lot with a basin on it, but that's in a deed restriction, it's not our problem,
We
except for coming out on our roads.
We, on the other hand, gotta keep our fingers crossed we don't get another large rain event
Before that falls,
before that.
well, we got, temperatures this week are supposed to be in the 40s, so that should thaw out, so.
30s,
there's-
50s, it should be full.
There's
What I remember
But,
is,
I mean,
No rain in sight
can,
for.
who should take care, can you write a letter to him?
yeah, I mean.
With those pictures, send those pictures and say this is exactly what we're talking about?
I think some of what they need to do is a little more extensive on that outlet. It's just been not taken care of for so many years, the bottom that's just silted up to the point, the outlet, I think.
Well, was
There needs to be a-
McCracken the one that went out the last time we talked to him, or was it?
I don't know that anybody talked to him on the Kraken was here. I've been monitoring this one, and at some point, the homeowner, or the person responsible has to take responsibility for some of that.
Yeah, I'll follow up with them.
I think just a letter just following up, this is the reason that he has to maintain it, because this is an issue.
Okay. SEO report. Library. Tax collector. Police department.
You have not only the monthly report, but the yearly report. I know it's late. These reports will be on the Crime Watch page by tomorrow, so everybody that wants to see them can see them. I will ask again, people lock your cars, and if you see something in the middle of the night, call 911. Don't wait till the next day. As you're aware, we've had a rash of car break-ins, and I don't mean break-ins, they just are finding cars that are unlocked and going through them. Millstream, Henwood, other parts of the township again, so just ask, and then also I would ask that people just please remove their cars from the road when it snows. You know, we can't tell you when it's gonna snow, so, you know, there's enough weather channels out there. We don't wanna give tickets, we don't wanna be knocking at your door. You know, remove your cars, make life easier for all of us.
Anything else?
Paul, I'm not sure if it's on there. a lot of people don't like to call 911. They just, I mean, I just had a fight with somebody on social media elsewhere, you know, I mean, and they just won't call. Is there something we can add onto
There
the
is an
website?
admin number for the 911 center, but the reason we want you to stay with 911,
Yeah,
that way, oh, what do I call? It's this situation or that situation.
yeah,
By calling 911, the dispatcher who's taking your call
yeah,
is typing on a computer who's to the dispatcher that's keeping you and giving us the information.
right,
If they are overwhelmed with calls for service, they're gonna ask you, can you hold for a minute while they take the emergency situation? Don't, never hesitate. Something during the daytime, during Monday to Friday, 8 to 4, you know, they can call the
Yeah.
office and talk to them, but we prefer, because if you call me at the station
yeah,
to tell me there's a crime in progress.
Yeah.
I gotta hang up.
Yeah.
Now, until I get to your house, I don't know any additional information.
right, yeah.
Dispatcher is relaying that information as we get. en
Yeah.
route to the call.
I just can't get that through people. I
I
had,
know.
I had a fight.
And the same thing.
I think at 3:45 there's gravel on the street and they went off me and said.
Same thing with
Yeah.
people, I saw this at 2 in the morning,
Yeah.
and it's 10 o'clock the next day, so.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so do we need to go over the county vehicle agreement of sale? Is that
Yeah, I'd
what-
like to have a vote to, for $9,000. And it's a Ford Explorer. Bergen County, it's already set up for a police department, other than the radio, which we have the radio, just have to have it installed, and a shotgun bracket in the back.
So basically, it's through the DCED study, we were trying to build our fleet back up based by the study. One of the things was an investigative vehicle plane on marked car that the detective could use. I located a 2013 Ford Explorer that was one of the command staff vehicles, gray in color. That was with the sheriff's department, that's been taken out of service. I went up, I looked at the maintenance log, it was actually with new tires on it in December, did an oil change, it runs great, there's no issues with it. They're just, it's out of their rotation. So with that said, we had a conference call, the police liaison, myself, and the vehicle, the county will take $9,000 for it. So we would need, I have, and I shared the paperwork for the meeting, and we would just need a check if the purchase was
Yeah.
approved.
And we
Like
have
to
that
take it out of that
9,000
fund.
account
Yeah.
for vehicles for you.
And I would need,
I'll make a motion.
I second.
Motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
and would that be approval for a check too for that? Because in order to make arrangements to sign the paperwork, and I guess an authorization, or probably advise
Well,
authorization
with
for.
that motion, I'll put along that you can be the contact person and you can sign. Is that okay? They're separate.
I think it's understood, but you can be clear with that motion.
And I would need a check for it to take delivery of it.
Well, I don't have any checks yet. so-
And that comes from
Code
the
enforcement.
accrual. You take it from the accrual
The
or rescue.
account we have for the COVID thing,
For what?
Well-
Rescue.
For the full state or the federal funding.
Okay.
You have to pay tax on that since we're buying.
No, it's just municipality to municipality, there's no sales tax.
Cause you need 2 checks now.
Zoning code enforcement. Anything?
I have one thing on that. Joan, you had the pictures that I sent? Safety hazard down here at Marvis Tires. It's terrible. They have all those tires stacked up out back, you can see I sent pictures. That's ridiculous. Somebody gets in there, little kid falls in there, we'll never find him. They take the tire, roll it down the turnpike hill, cause an accident. Those tires are easily accessible. There's probably 500 tires or more stacked up behind that building. So we need to do something, and I'm thinking Terry would be the
And how
one.
long were they there?
I lived in there a
They've been
while.
there a while,
Okay.
it keeps
I
growing.
mean, I seen a pickup one time, they were over there picking tires up, but I don't know if they took how many.
Do they sell used tires?
No,
No, those
that's
are the
where they
ones they
throw
took
them
off
when
the
they
cars.
interchange.
So Keith brought this up to me when we met on Friday, and I just looked quick to see what, per the zoning district or that area that was restricting it, and I didn't see anything in the zoning. But we've been reviewing a lot of Mavis Tires plans in other municipalities. They almost always put it on their plan that they will not store that kind of thing. So if it's not in the zoning ordinance as an enforcement thing, I usually think on the approved plan they have a comment. But either or, just a letter,
It's
it's not a
gotta be a safety
violation.
hazard.
Yeah, but I didn't see it in the ordinance, but I wouldn't
Get
be
these fenced in
surprised.
behind there.
Yeah,
So
so
that-
nobody can get into them.
I wouldn't be surprised if the land development plan didn't have something that states we're not gonna be storing tires. Cause they
The
usually,
landlord would have something toward them that wouldn't let them do something like that.
the last one we were looking at, not only they say we don't store them on there, we won't even store a, tractor trailer that would fill with tires. They didn't even want that on the property. So it's pretty
Well,
surprising that they would have that.
I'd like to see us look into that and get something done about it, because that's terrible.
Okay, so you guys, you know, look into that?
Do you want me to make an unofficial stop and say, hey, or do you want,
We might need to have some meat behind it for first thing.
If there's nothing criminal, then I don't know that you want to
Yeah.
get involved.
I didn't know it was a courtesy to get it
Yeah, well,
rolling.
it's gonna be Terry's
Yeah.
domain,
Okay.
either zoning or code enforcement.
Can you tell Joan to tell Terry?
Joan, could you go?
Oh.
Would you stop snoring?
All right, anything? All right, Hertzler Drive update, Valley Ponds, Morgantown.
Legally, Hertzler Drive has another notice of violation pending. It expires February 19th. I don't know if you want to prematurely now authorize Terry to file another complaint or wait until after February 19th to do it at your next meeting. Completely up to you, but that's when you expire. I highly doubt he's gonna take action.
I say we authorize it.
Just authorize.
Make a
Motion
motion.
second, all those in favor?
Joan, did you get that motion?
I think it was Keith Fritz and
Motion
Cindy.
to
Oh,
authorize
she's
Terry.
trying
Do you have her
She's-
add that to Terry's list?
Oh my gosh, I'm all messed up tonight.
Tell, you can tell us after 11.
Grumpy
Right,
people.
zoning violation.
Okay, you got that?
Got it.
All right, Valley Ponds, anything?
I'm not sure what's going on.
Okay, so no. Morgantown Garage parking lot update. That's a pretty steep hill they got out back here, with all that
Yeah,
stone
so
going
it's
down.
pretty-
Surprised that doesn't all run out on the road when we get heavy rain.
I've only been talking about it for the last 2 years, but everybody keeps ignoring that one too.
Wait, what the, I thought you were working on
Morgantown
that.
garage parking lot? I've been bringing that up since they did it. How long ago has that been? When you were still here.
That's why it's on here,
I think it was
what's done
14.
about? What
I
should
think
we
there
do
was
about it?
conversations with them about,
Like blah, 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 it's never going anywhere.
I think it was like,
Do you wanna take
honestly,
a
I
nap?
think it was like,
No.
He needs a Snickers.
If you
Yeah,
just-
you know what?
it was 2020
But
that.
you know what, I mean, we've been bringing this up for how long, and nothing gets done about it, you know?
Okay,
We
so.
go after frickin' Keith Grant down there for the Morgantown Coffee House, but yet we don't go after this guy.
Well, I know we discussed it, who was handling it?
It's his
Terry?
own officer matter. If
Okay.
you want a report from Terry, then I would make a motion to
Joan.
direct him to submit a report to me.
Can you get a report from Terry for the Morgantown garage parking lot? You're just confusing her, be quiet. EMS, fire department, Parks and Rec, January minutes. January request list. My computer died, I can't see the
Yeah.
request list. Okay, while you're doing that, approval for reimbursement of tree lighting expenses. So,
There's also reimbursement for a receipt from Halloween yet that wasn't paid. Why was that, why does it take so long to reimburse Terry?
Terry didn't have receipts, she just got them
Yeah,
in.
she just.
They said they had
She
receipts, then she said
had
she
it in
forgot to,
December.
attach them to the email, and then she just got them to Joan recently, so.
But can't we just pay them out of petty cash?
We still need receipts for everything.
Well, no, I get that, no, I get
Yeah,
that, but I
if
mean,
she had receipts, yeah, we, if you
but
know
you
the
had told her
amounts.
that she had to have approval through the board to get paid.
Well, once again, here's where we get to, if someone from Park and Rec comes and gives us receipts, and Park and Rec didn't approve that, and we're paying out for it,
But
The
they
whole
did,
point is-
they came to us and asked us about spending money for Halloween,
Correct, but
for the
And-
truck.
And we
truck or treat.
approved at
Did
the
we know
meeting
who
that we're gonna spend that
specifically
money
Yeah,
too.
but who, did I know who specifically
We
spent
have that in our
money?
minutes. That's why we had, that's
But
why I
we-
got,
We don't get your minutes, so I'm fine with, I wanna reimburse
Yeah.
people as soon as possible.
yeah,
But we gotta make sure that,
But as long as
We're-
they hand
it's
a
going
receipt
through
in,
Park and Rec.
they get paid.
Well, they,
well, as long as
That's
Park and Rec
fine.
don't bite their heads off because we paid a receipt, they said, well, we didn't approve that, they went and bought that on their own, and we're getting into a mess where Park and Rec
I
just
think that's
says,
fair.
here.
If somebody
this
comes
is-
forward with a receipt from Park and Rec,
Yeah.
pay them.
and you
Okay, I
copy everybody else and Park
I mean,
and Rec,
everyone else,
and nobody
you know,
complains.
If we do it, then we
We'll
get our
say
heads bitten
okay,
off
and we're
because
good.
It didn't go through Park and Rec, it wasn't approved through them, why are you paying those receipts? I mean, I don't care either way, you guys decide.
I
Well,
think if they come
first-
forward with a receipt for
Yeah.
one of our events, that they should get paid.
yeah, the
It
first,
shouldn't be
So
drug out for
you
just
don't
a
have to
couple
wait for
months.
Park, so what they're saying is you don't have to wait for Park and Rec's approval, saying that they okayed that. We're allowed to pay any receipts that Park and Rec bring forward. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that if someone from Park and Rec, if they had an event, like we know that they did the trunk or treat, or they did the tree lighting,
Uh-huh.
and they come forward with a receipt, then yes, they should get reimbursed.
Do you wanna make a motion and vote on that?
Is it
If
anybody?
they have a receipt,
That's what
why
I'm
not?
saying.
Is it anybody or is it Terry?
He's saying anybody
We
that
only
comes
have 4
forward with a
people on our
receipt.
Park and Rec.
I
don't know,
that's why I'm asking.
All I'm saying is that why does it take 2 months to get a receipt for like $60?
they just got it to us recently, Wally.
It was given on December 9th supposedly, and this is the one from October.
She
And
didn't-
where are we at? We're in February.
She didn't have a receipt. They
So
met-
you did, when did you get the receipt?
They didn't have a meeting in December, they met in January, they never have a meeting in December. So we were waiting for the Parks and Rec to meet. and
Okay,
they
this
met
was
in
October,
January.
okay, October.
Holly, I have an email, she just sent it
Okay,
to me.
well, I was told that it was given to you guys on December 9th,
I
and
have
here
the
we are in
email. Do you want
February.
me to pull up her email? I can pull
I'm
it
just saying right now.
Right now.
Pay their frickin' receipts if they come in with one, okay?
When I get the receipts, if that's the
Good
board
deal.
says so.
Is that what the board wants to do?
Yes.
Okay.
Petty cash?
You wanna pay this,
That's fine.
three of the board?
Is it petty cash or both?
For something under a certain dollar amount, I mean, if it's under $100, why can't you pay that out petty cash?
It's your decision. I mean, I would have Park and Rec approve and say,
And
hey,
in the
here are all
past-
these people, I don't care if they spend $500.
Yeah, and
I'm
in-
okay with reimbursing them.
And in the past, we would use email, but with the new Sunshine Law Act, you can't talk about money transactions outside of a meeting. So there again, you know, being government, it all
Your
takes
hands.
time.
That could be a part.
Now, what if you bought, we got those gift cards, like the Visa cards, that, say you purchase $400 gift cards to give to Park and Rec, and then turn in the receipts then for what was spent on it. Then it's instant, they're not putting their money out.
Yeah,
I mean, is
put it on
that
with that
possible?
Credit card, yeah.
Right,
Why don't we get do we have a township credit card? Do you say, okay, hey, go out and buy the stuff with the township credit card? Up to a certain dollar amount. They come to us and say, hey, when Michelle was doing it, what'd you say? We need $500,
Yeah.
whatever it is for candy.
Yeah,
You already know that it's approved through the Park and Rec, so that's why I don't understand where the holdup is when someone comes back.
and we
with a
also, at our meeting, we kind of like, okay, I'm gonna do $300 on gift cards, or, you know, we kind of already put it out
How long did it ride?
in the minute, and we,
that's fine, but if it were me, I would want someone approving, saying, yes, Park and Rec, we know these
You
people
proved
spent
it
this
already.
money. I mean, it's just
Credit card though,
accountability, but
that's
I
a
mean,
good idea.
yeah,
Like
I
up
mean,
to 700 or something, 750?
well, I mean, we get approval ahead of time, like $500 for trunk or treat, $400 for Christmas. You know, as long as we're
Yeah.
within that,
But if they had
Yeah.
a card, Joan could keep the card.
Yeah.
You guys can go and get it. and-
well, I don't know if I do, I mean, the card has, we can't put a limit on that card. That's why I'm saying get the Visa credit cards that are prepaid $100 cards, and hand it to them if they want